I feel like we need to do 2 rounds of Keep Talking and Nobody Legos tonight.
All right.
And so I'd like to do one now while we have 49 minutes remaining in the giveaway, because we might need to use most of that time up in order to do this. For that, I would need a reader and a builder. Do I have any volunteers for either of those positions? Okay, you are here, so I will give you one, and I'm playing favorites, obviously. And you put your hand up as well, Kelly.
I did. I was going to ask if Alex and I could do it, because I think we're both leaving earlier rather than later, but...
Well, Alex
But he just disappeared
yeah,
like a ninja,
he just
so
disappeared. So
I'm totally cool with
He's
doing
not going to
that,
participate just yet. I mean, we could even have people trade off. Did you want to read or build?
I'd like to try building.
Would you like to read or build?
I'm cool with reading.
Great, that worked out awesome. So readers will need the performance mic, I believe. Is that correct, engineering?
Yeah, if they don't have a lav, the performance mic would be good.
Cool.
I'm just curious what you would have done if they had both said the same thing.
Well, then we'd have
Fist fight.
some sort of a knife fight.
I mean, we could have read all in one word.
All right. So, Kelly, let's get you the performance mic. Do you want it on a stand so you don't have to be holding it and talking into it?
Either way.
Okay, here. How about you just take it? You know how to deal with this properly?
Wait until engineering says go.
Yeah, I'd ask them for direction at this point.
Yeah.
And then you are the
It helps
builder.
I can see them.
Right? Over there?
Yep.
Go ahead and turn it on.
Okay. Where's the button?
Push button.
Did it go on? No. Why did you not
You
go
hold down the on-off button
There we
until it
go.
actually comes to life.
on? We are there. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So you should have something that kind of looks like an Snorlax. Kind of.
Spoilers.
If it's laying
Or
down.
a ship.
Okay, yeah, a ship. I can see a ship.
Something like that. Anyway. Meteoroid. Octopus. Octopus. Could be an octopus. Anyway.
What should the ship be?
So that's the main piece that we're going to be attaching stuff to. We need 1 gray. Hold on, let me count the pips. 1 gray 6x2 piece.
Okay.
1 2x3, and that one's blue. And then 2 of these little, like, it's a 1 pip square with like a little tube off of it.
Tube.
Or pipe.
Like a ball?
No, not a ball. It literally looks like somebody stuck a piece of plumbing to a side of a 1 pip square.
Like a wrench?
Yeah, it could look like a ratchet wrench or something, maybe.
It's got 1 pip on it. Does it have another pip that's not a pip?
If you count the tube as not a pip.
No, like another circle beside it that's like empty.
Oh, nope.
No.
This is literally just a 1 pip square with like a tube piece off of it.
Tube piece.
If you set the square flat, this tube would be coming off one side of the square with the pip facing up.
And so like a pipe,
Yeah.
like a circle pip? Like a...
Yep, just a standard.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a little 1 pip square, and then off of one side is just like a little tube.
Yeah, okay, I think I found it.
Okay, we need 2 of those.
2 of them. Okay, I have 2.
Okay, perfect. So what you're gonna do is in the middle section of the of the 3 octopus legs. Put
got
the
ya.
Yep, put the 2 little 1 squared pips at the very bottom next to each other, with the pipe sticking off
On the back.
on the back. Yep.
Okay.
And then next is the blue 6 pip piece, and you want it going 3 along. So you want it going the long ways up the leg.
So the whole thing should be on the whole leg.
Yep, the whole thing should be on just that leg.
So just in front of the two pipes.
Yes.
Okay.
And then the gray piece goes across the top like a T, and it should touch onto the little,
Going in the other direction.
yeah, going in the other direction across the top. And it should have like 2 pips on each of the outside legs.
Okay, I think I got that.
Okay. That is 18 then. Whoop. Let's see. Ready for 19?
Sure.
Okay, we'll make this work. All right, so we need to get 2 of the 3x2 pieces.
2 3x2, both in blue.
Yep, both in blue.
Okay.
And then 1 4-pip piece, but this one's like almost a cube because it's the thick. It's not like the flat tile style, but like the bigger square style.
Thick square, got it.
Yeah. And you put the 2 blue pieces. You start with the first blue piece. It goes on top of the 2 1-pips at the bottom and partway up the blue piece.
Can I get some clarification?
Sure. So you take the 3x2 piece, one of them,
Yeah.
and you put it so that it's on the 2 single pips and then going up the leg.
The middle leg.
Yep, that middle leg. So it's covering up the 2 pips and part of that blue.
But not the whole blue.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
And then you take the next one and put that above that one so that it covers 2 pips of the blue one and 4 of the gray pips.
Okay, got that.
And then above that, you'll see the 2 rectangular ones that are the 3x2s.
Mm-hmm.
You take your cube and you put it towards the head of the octopus, I guess I would say.
At the very top. Where
At the
there's still
very
space.
top, yeah. So it's going to be
In the
2 pips or a pip level above the gray piece, if that makes sense. Towards farther away, towards the head.
Above the. So, on the head of the octopus, that we've
Yep.
decided this is an octopus. At the very front, there's like a space.
Not quite that space. You want it to make like you want it at the highest.
I want at the highest point.
Yeah, you don't want it like all the way to the top, but on those 2 6x2 blocks that are together that make that big, not quite square, but big rectangle.
But I
You-
still want it covering some of the gray.
None of the gray.
None of the gray.
None of the gray. You want it to go and be. So if you're looking at it like, and you see the gray, and then you see the 2 blue rectangles that are right in front of the gray, you want it to go up 1 row of pips and then put the square in the middle of the 2 rectangles. So it should have be on 2 pips on each side.
So if I'm looking at the gray, 2 above.
One row of pips above, and then put the square.
So it's flush with the 2 3x2s, but
Yeah.
not.
Yeah, it should be flush at the top and just above the 1 row of pips above the gray.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay. Oh dear goodness gracious! I just looked at the next set of
Oh no.
things.
Is it full of binoculars? Because I seem to have a lot of binoculars.
No binoculars in this one, but there's apparently temporary pieces.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. They're like placed temporary pieces. Okay. All right, so we're gonna need one of the flat pieces, but the same blue 3x2. And then another one, but a 4x2.
When you say flat,
The half thickness piece.
I don't see any that are 3x2.
It's like the same ones we were using first when we were doing the tube. It's the same as the gray piece. The like thin pip tile.
Yeah, no, I understand. I just don't see any.
Uh-oh.
Kelly,
Like I have,
Yes.
has it asked for a new bag yet?
It shows, oh wait, yes. It looks like it's asking for bag 3 and 4.
That's why.
Ah,
I didn't realize we had, I just assumed all the bags were opened and.
No, there are 9 bags.
Oh dear Lord.
yeah. Alright, I'm gonna open 3. Are they all gray?
On here it shows them as blue.
Okay.
It shows as blue and then then there should be some orange as well.
Let me just double check because most of these are gray in this bag.
While this is going on, who would like a challenge that can be done without talking? It is physical. It requires some crafting.
Sure.
Cool. Come here. This is the challenge.
Okay. Thin blue
Paper plates.
3 by 2.
Other things.
Yep.
Try to.
and just one of those?
Just one of those.
Okay.
And then one of the thin blues 4x2.
Okay, yep.
One of the thick blues 3x2.
Thick blue 3 by 2. Yep.
One thick blue 4x2.
Okay.
And then 2 orange ones. They should be thick orange ones, and they're 4x2.
Thick orange. Are you sure orange, not red?
It might be red. I mean,
I only ask because I do have some like thin pieces that are orange and some other pieces that are more red.
intriguing.
But only the red ones seem to be thick.
Then let's go for red.
Okay.
I am kind of in a shadow, so my color.
But-
Hold on.
but 4 by 2 for
Let
the
me find a light. Oh yeah, that's red. Sorry,
Okay.
the shadow made it look orange, and the
Good.
lighting back here.
Can we? Could we turn on the lighting and comms? Would that help you?
It's okay.
Okay.
I just have to. I just did a turn around. Okay, yeah. So 2 of the orange ones, 4 by 2 pip.
Okay.
So we're gonna stack these up. So first, you want to put the 2 red ones together, but you want them going lengthwise. So you want it to end up being 8 pips in a row,
Uh-huh.
and then on top of that, you're going to put towards, and it's going to be towards one end. You want to first put the blue 4 by 2 pip, the big thick one, on.
Okay, so
Wait.
what?
Do. Yes, yes, yes.
Alright, so this is not me attaching them to the spaceship.
No, not special. You're attaching them all together. They're not going to the spaceship yet.
Alright.
Apparently, we have to build a piece that then goes to the octopus spaceship rocket, whatever.
Okay, so the thick blue 4 by 2.
It's
I'm
going to
to-
pretty much sync completely up with one of the red pieces.
With 1?
Like you put one blue piece right on top of the red piece, all the pips match up.
So you want the blue one to be lengthwise on top of the red one as well.
Yep. Make a Lego sandwich.
Alright.
And then on the other red one, which they're lengthwise, put the 3 by 2 pips on the side closest to the blue one. We're laying a brick wall, I think would be the best way to explain it. Poorly.
So you want me to take the thick 3 by 2
Yep,
and place it on the other 4 by 2 red.
correct.
And you want it to be
I want it to be on a side so that it's touching the other blue one,
wouldn't it
so that they like sync up.
This isn't overlapping into two?
Nope,
threads?
there's no overlapping. I think it's ridiculous, but yeah, it's pretty much making two separate pieces, but you just set them right next to each other. Because then we make them overlap with the thin little pieces for some reason.
So because I have a 4x2, when I'm putting a 3x2 on top of it.
You'll have two empty pips on one end, yeah.
Okay.
And you want it on the top end, far end,
On A end.
on A end, yeah.
All right. There.
Okay. And now is the part where we actually make it so it won't just like fall over and fall apart. We put the thin 3 pip by 2 pip piece on the bottom of the 4 by 2 pip piece. So like the opposite of end of where you have those red pips free. You want the 3 by 2 to go.
I want that in the middle.
No, on the far end. If you put both red ones one on top of the other, you should have 2 empty red pips maybe at the top, and then you've got both the red ones just one after another with the blues on top of them.
Oh my goodness.
All right, can we get the main room for a second while that's being done? Because I want to show this off. It is a challenge that is being completed.
Oh no.
So,
Oh no.
it was to turn Spookifer into a goose, but instead we made this work with Creepy Doll. So close enough.
Okay, so if I take, I'm going to describe this to you.
Okay.
I've got 2 red pieces.
Yep.
Side by side. On top of them, I have one that is a 4x2, and the other one is a 3x2. I've left 2 red pips at the top,
Yeah.
and I am to take this thin 3x2, place it on top of the 4x2
Correct.
at the bottom,
Yes.
so that there's 2
There'll still be
Tip-
two pips
blue
left on the blue.
pips at the top.
Yeah. Correct.
All right.
And then on the remaining pips of the blue, you should be able to put the last blue flat piece because it should be a 4x2, so there should be 4x2 pips left. And that'll actually hold the pieces together.
I think we've done this completely wrong.
That is possible.
Because this doesn't make this hold together. If
Oh,
I do
dear.
that. At all.
Well,
Can we start this step over?
I don't know what the rules are. We have to ask Beej about that one.
Yeah, if you guys want to back up and try that again, like if you're really
Okay.
like this doesn't seem like it's working properly, then I'm more than happy to let you do it. Just keep in mind, you have only so much time. So,
How much time do they have?
I mean, they've got another like 20 minutes.
I mean, I assume this explodes. Regardless of the time.
Jeez, getting Lego shrapnel is gonna be bad.
Right?
I mean, they're caltrops already, so.
The
Okay, so let's start just brand new if you want to take those pieces apart.
Wow.
Kelly, you are marking steps off as they get completed, right?
Correct.
Thank you. Okay.
Lego really, is meant to stay together.
Yes. Did anyone ever have the little Lego separation tool thing
Yes,
that
the
didn't?
gray
But
one?
yeah, but didn't always work.
It's called my fingernails. They'll be dead by the end of the night.
I ended up using a butter knife once.
Oh, these ones are
It
really
worked,
There was
sorta.
a clip I saw from like an indie wrestling promotion where a guy empties a bag of Lego bricks onto the ring and like power bomb somebody on it. It's just like, oh, that would actually hurt. I don't think there's a way to do that bump and not get really hurt.
I have a friend who actually does sideshow performance stuff, and Lego walking is one of the sideshow performance.
That's awful.
Yep.
When I was a kid, we had the separator tool, but when that didn't work, I always ended up using my teeth.
Oh,
That's-
yeah, I
oh,
remember
yeah,
using my
same
teeth.
Yep.
I definitely have
Oh, that was bad.
Lego pieces that have teeth marks in
Yeah.
them.
Yep.
I cannot confirm nor deny.
I can confirm that absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
They're at home
Can
currently.
you just confirm it's
I mean, we did make that
Lego?
crap
I'm just gonna go find out.
Yeah, that I had a lot
Then
of
I
fun
don't have
with
to
that.
take it apart.
I've come to cheat.
I think my favorite Lego creation is a dice tower.
Yeah.
I just want to see what I can do here.
Can I just put it out there that the singular or the plural form of Lego is Lego?
No, it's not.
That's Legos.
What?
It's Legolas.
Legos.
Okay.
You're seated.
So
I'm also seated. But that could change.
I have
I
some
don't know.
good news.
Okay.
This
I don't even have
belongs
good
like
threats at 1
this.
a.m.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we don't have to take that apart.
You don't have to take that piece apart.
That's good. Okay.
That's only because we can't get the pieces apart.
Well,
Yeah, that's why I
Plural
wanted
of
to
Lego
check.
is Legai.
But Kelly
yeah,
does.
that's, okay.
But I did not show Kelly
That's the kid
that,
evil.
so she doesn't know. She doesn't know what you've put together that belongs together. So this is still going to be a huge mess.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I was about to say, Beach just looked at the page and said, okay, and then walked away. So I have no idea.
Sticks leggy out real
Okay,
far.
so what do you have at the moment, Heather?
Okay, I have. I'm holding 2 red 4x2 pieces. I'm making it so that the along an x-axis I've got the 4 pips. Along
Okay.
y I've got the 2.
Okay.
I'm putting the red pieces next to each other in that way. I have on the right side, I have placed a 4x2 blue piece on top of that red piece. And I have on the left side just a red piece on its own.
Okay, so on that red piece, that I'm guessing is on the left.
Yeah.
Okay, on that red piece, you want to put the 3x2 in such a way that it is as close as possible to the y-axis. Like you want to put it so it's touching the blue.
Yeah.
trying to
at
visualize
the
the-
bottom. Like
the
the
graph.
y-axis is the bottom.
Yes. Yeah. So you want it so that it's farthest, it's close to the as close to the original blue one as possible.
Do I have that correct? It's x is vertical and y is horizontal?
That's incorrect.
That is backwards, but
I am sorry.
no, that's okay.
You might try north, south, or east, west. That can help as well. But yeah, Cartesian planes, the horizontal is the x.
Ah,
It is Cartesian, right, Cam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You need to also, you could define a UCS.
Are we doing this in
I-
Euclidean space?
I prefer IJK.
Sorry, I work in AutoCAD, so.
all right. Going along the horizontal plane, the two blue pieces match up. The 3x2 is on top of the 4x2. I've got 2 red pips showing at the top.
Oh, wait a second.
That's a good sound.
Okay, you said you have one 4x2 blue piece on top of a 4x2,
Yeah, on the right side.
and they're stuck.
Yes.
F.
Beach
Bust.
said that this was okay.
It wasn't until I double checked the colors and then I went, oh dear.
Beach, I will blame this on you.
Yes.
Well, no going back.
No, hold on a second.
The real secret is that XYZ coordinates are
wait,
arbitrary.
Nope,
you just have to agree.
Nope, stop. Ignore me completely.
It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Beach, you escaped this time.
Maybe you take a
I'm
chair
not
on it?
trying to cause marital strife here.
I'm the one who's dating a chair.
Okay, fair. All right, so yes, correct. So then you put the 3x2 blue so that it's touching the other blue one.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now,
I mean, I can pull them apart and they won't touch each other.
yes, that's pretty much what
I
ends
have
up
to hold them
happening.
together.
Yeah, but you want to hold them together because then the little thin pieces are what actually hold them together.
Okay.
So what's going to happen is you're going to take the 4x2 pip piece and put it so that it's completely covering the 3x2 pip piece and then 2 of the pips on the 4x2.
So I'm going to take the thin 4x2
Correct.
and I'm going to place it. Which direction should the force be going?
They should be following, the 4 should be going the same direction as the other 4s. There should be no like overhang or anything. They should match up perfectly.
Is this supposed to connect them somehow?
Yeah, it's supposed to connect. It's supposed to cover the 3x2 piece completely, all the pips completely, and then cover 2 of the pips on the 4x2 piece. Like if you were laying a brick on top of another brick.
I don't quite understand how the 4x2 completely covers everything on the 3x2, and then some of the 4x2.
If you line up the end of the 4x2 with the end of the 3x2 on the empty end of the 3x2, you're supposed to line it up so that way then there's going to be an overhang onto the one next to it, onto the 4x2.
So if I put this thin piece on top of the 3x2, it'll overhang over the 2 empty red.
No, other way.
No.
I just don't understand.
So, Kelly,
Yes.
start from the beginning of the step
Okay.
and explain what it should look like.
Okay. So that's the thing. It's like, how do I explain in the way the way I would say it looks like is it looks like 2 red bricks next to each other, but they're going longwise, like you're building a wall. So it ends up being 2 red bricks, and then it ends up being a row of it's 2, and then it would end up being 8 pips in a row, because the red pieces are on their short ends are touching.
Their short ends are touching.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
that changes a lot.
Okay. Perfect. So 2 red ones with the short ends touching.
So
Make
I should
the
have a
ends
row.
touch.
I should have a row of 8 and a row of 2, or a column of 2.
Yes. Row of 8, column of 2,
Okay.
and then you're gonna.
And the chat goes wild.
Hey,
I hate to interfere like that, but I just thought we got to get somewhere.
Yeah.
So the
No.
4x2 should completely cover the
So yep, and so then what you do next, if you have it starting on, let's say, one of the far ends, one of the red bricks ends up getting covered completely by the 4x2 blue brick, and then you match up, and then you put the 3x2 right next to it on the next red brick. So then there will be 2 pips on one end that are completely empty.
Yes. So I've got the 2 empty pips on the left side.
Okay, you got the 2 empty on the left side?
Yes.
Okay. And then you've got then right after the 2 empty red pips, there's the 3x2 piece, and then the 4.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. It's just backwards than my picture, so I have to turn it around in my head. Okay, so then you want to grab, starting from the empty red pips, from that side, you want to grab the 4x2 thin piece and put it across the 3x2 brick, and then cover the two of the pips on the 4x2 piece.
Okay, this makes a lot more sense now, because before they couldn't cover everything.
Yeah. So now you cover that 4 piece to connect them so that they don't just pop apart.
Yeah. And then I assume I put the
And then
3x2 behind
yeah,
it.
to cover the last little bit.
Okay, cool.
Haha, that's step 20. And that's a page, so I don't know if we want to stop there.
Keep
or...
going.
Keep going, got it.
Keep
okay.
going until we're told to stop.
Okay, got it.
The Lego will continue until morale improves.
Oh, mother of... Okay. Mother of dragons.
Don't worry, we got this.
We got this. It's totally fine. Mark that off. All right, so I need you to get 8 pieces that are gray with 4 pips. They're kind of like, what would that be, 120 degree angle? They got 4 pips on the top and 4 non-pips, nega-pips on one side. It's like 2 panels kind of angled together.
Okay, so I'm looking for gray pieces.
Correct.
And I can see 4 pips?
Yeah, so it's like if it was a flat 2x2 piece, and then it's got like a little shutter that's got 4 nega pips in it, like hollow pips with like the hole in the middle.
Yeah,
Make versus.
we're referring to those as hollow pips.
Hollow pips. Okay, hollow pips.
Okay, so if it was flat,
Yes.
let's take out the angle. If it was flat, it would be 4x2.
Yes, it would be 4x2 if it was flat.
But because it has this angle in it,
Yes.
it's got 2x2 pips and then 2x2 anti-pips.
Yes. Correct.
Okay. And
We
I
need eight
of
of
these.
We need 8 of those.
Okay. I've got 4, 5. It's just a lot of gray to dig through.
Yeah, and it just gets worse.
6.
And it just gets
This
worse.
spaceship is real
Or
weird.
better.
6, 7. I just gotta track down number 8.
And then slightly better.
And then worse again.
And then better.
It is always darkest before the dawn, which is what we say about Zeta, right?
Things are just gonna get
The
worse
problem with Desert Bus is that there never is a dawn.
before they get
Yeah, dawn guard
better.
never happens.
But the sun never actually rises again in Desert Bus.
Oh, right, in the game.
Yep.
Yeah, it never becomes dawn again.
Once you got there.
It's always darkest before the never-ending twilight.
All right, I
Okay.
have found 8 of
Perfect.
these pieces.
All right, so you've got your little blue-red wall thing that we've created.
Yes.
So starting from the non-pipped, like the non-red pip end, let's call that end.
What side would you like? Oh, the Donga rock music is choice. Thank you. Do you want the red pips on the left side or the right side?
Actually, how about this? When you're looking at it at the table, put it so the red pips are like on the top. So it's like
Facing
it's
up?
like you're pointing straight away from you.
Away from me. Okay.
Yeah. So that way because we're gonna be working on just the blue portion of it.
You can work on the black if you want. You can just push the plate away if that's easier. Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're gonna do is, so you take one of these pieces, and what you want to do is put just the first 2 actual pips, not nega pips, on, let's say if you're looking at it, look at the left side, the 2 pips on the left side of the column. Yeah, because those would be columns. So we've got 2 columns of pips right now, the way you're looking at it.
Yes, I have 2
Yeah.
columns, mostly blue with the 2 red at the top.
Yeah. So we're only going to focus on the blue.
Okay.
And so on the left column, you put the gray with just 2 of the pips of the gray on the blue.
So what part of the blue?
And on the bottom 2 pips of that column.
On the left side.
On the left
just-
side.
Just covering the bottom 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then on the other side, you do the same thing with another gray one, going the opposite way. You just put the 2 pips on the far side on the 2 bottom pips of the right column.
Right. So it kind of makes like a little house
Exactly. And that's what we're going to do all the way up.
all the way up.
Yep.
Just 2 by 2.
Yep. And just cover that blue thing to make a little house.
So for the top part of the blue, I only get 1 pip left.
It should, because when you get on my diagram, it shows that the columns are. Oh yes, wait, you are correct. You only have 1 pip left. You still put it. You just then put literally 1 pip on the corner.
Right.
That looks so unstable, but
Just so it overhangs.
yeah, it overhangs.
Okay. I just wanted to double check that.
You are correct. It does overhang, which looks ridiculously unstable. Engineering would be very upset about this.
Okay. I think we got there.
Okay, perfect. So that's 21. That was actually super.
That was a lot faster than I expected it to be.
Yeah,
To be
really,
honest.
really was not that bad. Okay, so now step 22. These are all flat gray pieces, or like the thin gray pieces.
Mm-hmm.
We need 1 2x2 gray piece,
2 by 2. Okay. Yeah.
1 4x2 gray piece,
Yep.
and that one's flat, no curves. And then we need another 1 of the 2 by 2, 4x2, but it's the half regular pips and half nega pips. Just the exact same piece we were just using in the last one.
Oh, okay. One of the roofie pieces.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So we still have it facing so that the overhang's away from you, correct?
Yes.
All right, so to support the structure of the overhang, they have you put the 4x2 gray piece going the same direction as, like, following along the column or the spine, I guess, of our house now.
Uh-huh.
You put it so that it covers up the last, those, how do I want to say this? You want it so that it's covering the, in the middle of the two, because right now I guess it looks like 4 columns in front of you.
Yes.
You want it covering the 2 middle columns at the end farthest from you, so that it like provides
Not overhanging at all.
no overhang.
So
It
when
wants
we
to cover the last 4 pips, so it's supporting that little overhang we created.
Right. So then I should have 4 pips empty in front of me.
Yes, correct. 4 and right in the middle of the column, so it matches up in line with the blues and the reds and all that.
Yep. got it.
Perfect. Okay, and then on top of that, you put the 2x2 gray piece closest to you on that 4x2 piece we just put on.
So you want it on the lower part of the 4x2 piece we just put on.
Correct. Closest to you, lower end.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
And then you want to put the 2x4 nega piece. You want to put the 4 pip portion on top of the far end of that, the long rectangle, the 4x2, with the nega pips hanging off. So they point towards, it's like hanging off over the red pip end.
Yep. Badly designed roof. Got it.
Yep. Sweet.
100% negatives are so much better than all
Yeah.
Yeah, Heather's got that one down. Okay, that was 22 then. Okay. Well, we're still going?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. Now we need another flat 2x4 piece, gray piece.
2x4. Got it.
And then the thick piece, it should be a 4x1.
4x1 thick brick.
Yep. And we need 2 of those.
And we need 2. Acquired.
Perfect. All right, so we're gonna take that, the thin 2x4 piece, and we're gonna put it so that it covers up both the 2x2s we put down, so it matches up and just makes a sandwich.
Yeah, so it's on top of the piece that has like the overhang
Yep.
we just put up in the other one.
Yep.
Okay.
And then on
Okay.
either side of it, in those far columns, we're gonna put the
The thicker ones?
thicker ones, one on each side, and then it should all like even out height-wise, and make just that big square there, kind of.
Yep.
Perfect. That's 23 then.
That's really good. Keep going.
See, we're all pros at this.
How long
Now-
is the next one, would you say?
Not.
Great,
It's,
do it.
Okay. Can you find 2 4x2 blue pieces? They should be thick 4x2 blue pieces.
Done?
Okay, perfect. So for these ones, it's going to be different. We're going to put them, instead of putting them like columns, we're going to put them in a row orientation. So you want them,
So I want the 4 facing me.
yes, exactly. You want the 4 right in front of you. And then you're going to put one of the blue pieces right behind the square we've just created.
Okay.
And then the next one right behind that. And so it should make the top look like you've got a perfect rectangle.
Yep.
All right, there you go. That's 24. How much time do we have? Should I just keep talking?
Do another one if you like.
Okay. All right, we need a thin piece, 4x1.
Great.
Great, yes.
Just one?
4 of them.
4 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Acquired.
Perfect. And then 2 4x2 blue thin ones.
Acquired.
Perfect. All right, so these are gonna go on our nega pips. I know, right? I love it.
All right, let's
I
start
feel-
with the left side.
Okay, start with the left side. On the left side, first you're gonna put the blue one, kind of like shielding on the side of the first 4 megapips.
The
So you're just
first-
gonna cover that whole side with a blue one.
The first 4 facing me.
Yes, closest to you. So blue matches up with blue on this one.
Okay.
And then next to that, you put, what it has you do is take the 4x1 gray pieces,
Mm-hmm.
and it wants you to stack one on top of the other.
So I need to put 2 4x1 pieces on top of each other.
Yeah, one on top of the other.
Sandwich them together.
Sandwich them together.
Okay.
No overhangs, nothing like that. And you put that, when you're looking at the overhang, you put it on on the left side overhang, you don't put it on the farthest 4 pips, like the ones that are lowest down, but the next row over. The ones closest to the roof of the house, I guess.
So, not the ones on, say, the edge on the left side, but
Yeah.
inside.
Yeah, the inside of the overhang.
Over top of in front of the blue piece we just put down.
Yeah, well, not, they go next to the blue. They don't go on, or they're not like, over top the blue or anything. They go
No, but
towards
they're above.
they're
Like-
above. Yep, they're on the separate part.
Okay.
And then you do the identical thing to the other side. You do the blue and then the gray.
All right.
All right, and the next one's way too long. So we probably got to stop there.
It's probably a good idea, yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Good work. Do we know how many pieces this set is, out of curiosity?
I do, thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Rather, I do, thank you for asking.
More than 1.
Yeah.
There's
More than
probably at
2.
least 10.
More than 2. Less than infinite.
I still love one prof who sent out